Hey YouTube, this is Roblox173 coming at you with a deck review of X-Sabers. I'm going to do a couple of these videos, so just comment on this video for any decks that you want me to overview for you. So X-Sabers are pretty fast, mostly like special summoning out of the graveyard, because most of the cards are usually searchers or revivers. I got some of the cards right here for you on my thing. Besides these guys, just these monsters right here. Emerald Blade is the main searcher, besides Dark Soul. He would search out a level 4 lower and special summon it if he's destroyed by battle. Bullhelm is a tuner that negates an attack, but he can also, if he just pops a face down defense, you can special summon level 4 or lower. And Fultrol is just main card of the main summoner of the deck, main special summoner. It's revived from the graveyard every turn. It's basically like a wannabe Red Eyes Darkness Metal that my friend calls it, just because it revives from the graveyard, but it can't go over level 4 or lower, so whatever. But in order to review this deck, I need to go over some key points of it, so let me give you a couple of key points of the deck. Usually you really want to go for like Hoonlay first, because Hoonlay will get rid of their backfield if they have one. If not, if you run a deck like mine, I would usually go for like Euroclease or like Iron Chain Dragon, or if I really need to, Brionic. But if you're going to bring out Brionic, you're obviously returning cards, and if they have a backfield, it's better to go with Hoonlay, because then you could, like, you don't have to give up such a good monster, because Brionic can be used a couple times, her effect can only be used once. So I would usually just bring her out, and I usually have Fultrol out with her, so I can just bring out Full Helm Knight, Sinking to Gothams, some easy Gothams, which is, like, really good, because I tribute my Dark Souls all the time. This deck has a couple of key points in it and a couple of faults. I'm going to go over the faults first. Usually the faults are if you have like you draw a hand that's like Dark Soul, and that's the only monster in your hand, and that's the only monster you draw for a couple turns. That's the only thing about this deck, is that like you draw into the weaker monsters before you get to the tuners, or you can just draw an awesome hand. Like now I'm going to go over the really good points of this deck. When you draw a Bogar Knight, a Full Helm Knight, a Fultrol, a Foolish Burial, and a Monster Reborn, that's a perfect hand right there. Use Foolish, Dark Soul, play everything, use Fultrol's effect, bring back Dark Soul, sink, bring back, use Monster Reborn, bring back Full Helm Knight, sink into Gothams. When you, like, it's crazy. It's just a really good hand. Another fault of the deck is usually when you attack, and like for any deck, this should be a problem. Just using Mirror Force. I get Mirror Forced a lot, but with the Emerald Blade, I usually have him on the first turn, and like I get, they purposely Mirror Force him just so I don't get his effect. So that really pisses me off sometimes. Another good part of the deck is just using the search a lot, like Dark Soul searches. Just keep stacking them, because that's a good thing about Dark Soul. You can stack his searches. So just stack his searches as much as you can. That's really what you have to do in order to get big plays out. Remember once I had stacked 4 searches on Dark Soul. It was really good. I got like a whole hand and was just like raped the next turn. But that's what you want to do. You want to like get Dark Soul out on the field a lot and Emerald Blade, just so you can get your cards out on the field really quick. Or in your hand with Dark Soul. Just like quick searches, that's all. That's all you need to do really, and the deck's kind of good. It's not a hard deck to run at all. I mean, the cards are expensive. Like Emerald Blade's like 80, and Dark Souls I think is 28 now, around 30 maybe. And besides those cards, the deck's not really that much expensive. Besides like the synchros, but of course they're gonna be expensive. But yeah, like the deck's not that hard to make, and it's not that hard to run at all. Like it's really not. You just need to know what to do in situations. That's really about it. Like the deck isn't that hard. I'm just gonna keep saying that because it's not. It really isn't. It's a really good deck to make. It's one of the top tier decks I think still. I haven't checked the top tier deck list yet, but for 2011, but deck's kind of good. I'd call it a top tier deck, but yeah. All right, so comment and subscribe, and post on this video if you want to do any more deck reviews if I missed any.